Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum. Today's lecture is about a short story that is included in the syllabus of third year English compulsory in BA. The name of the short story is Shadow in the Rose Garden. The story is written by D.H. Lawrence and presented by Shafaqus Sahar, Assistant Professor of English. Author's introduction is this, that David Herbert Lawrence was born in 1885 and he passed away in 1930. He is regarded as one of the most influential writers of 20th century. He published novels, short stories, poems and essays in his writing career. Later, his letters got him even more acclaim as he discussed various emotional and psychological issues in those with his friends. Lawrence has been quite a celebrated, still a very controversial writer. His books were banned in many countries and remained banned for years to come because of their explicit content and their extraordinary topics. These are some of the books by the author. Sons and Lovers was the first novel. The Rainbow and Women in Love are sort of two parts of one story. There is one book about the bad side of books, which is a compilation of the essays and critical works. And then there are the complete poems of D.H. Lawrence. Shadow in the Rose Garden. This story is about a newly married couple who cannot love each other, however hard they try. They are on their honeymoon when the story begins. There is a beautiful holiday home as the main setting. Yet all the beauty of nature is unable to bridge the gap between their tormented emotions. Their upbringing and the past turmoils keep the tension between them as a driving force. The story is about the tension between a couple. They seem to be newly married, but they are not happy, and everything they try to do to bridge the gap between them fails. There is something between them. It is their social standing that is quite different, and also the past of the girl that would not let her move on. These are the characters in the story. The newly married girl, whose name is not mentioned, she is agitated and stressed. She is not a happy bride. Auburn haired and pale faced, she is quite good looking. Her dress is simple and elegant. The girl is always seen with something happening behind her very calm and composed face. She is always thinking about something, she is always tense, and it seems like she is waiting for something to happen. This girl is not named, but she has the black hair and she has a fair complexion and she is quite good looking at that. Then there is the young man who is her husband. He is an electrician in a mine. His name is Frank, but he is not actually mentioned by his name throughout the story anyway. He is younger than his wife, looks a bit younger, and he is frustrated because of her distant behavior. He seems to be lower in social station when compared to her. He is small but handsome. He is dressed immaculately in new clothes. Apparently, the young man looks quite presentable. He is good looking, he is well dressed, but he is not very well behaved, we can see. He seems to be lower middle class, the girl seems to be from upper class, and especially this tension of social standing is very apparent between them. Mrs. Coates is the landlady. She is the owner of the holiday cottage where the couple are staying. She is an agile and active old lady and with blue eyes. She is quite good looking as well. There is a young girl, her young granddaughter, who helps her in running the business of cottage. She deals with the guests as well. Then there is the man in the rose garden whose name is Archie. He is an ex-military officer and son of local rector. The last character is the gardener. he is also not mentioned by name. Our story starts from a scene in the holiday cottage where the honeymoon couple is staying and where the landlady and the granddaughter are preparing the breakfast. Opening of the story, what is happening? The young man is strolling in the garden. He is irritated by his wife's neglect. We see that he is strolling around and he looks quite unhappily at the window. His wife is sitting in her bedroom on the first floor of the cottage. She is in an agitated state but is trying to conceal it constantly. Now, both of them on a honeymoon, they are not together. One of them is out in the garden, the other one is in the bedroom. They keep looking at each other occasionally, and both of them actually don't understand what is happening between them. Mrs. Coates is preparing the breakfast. Her granddaughter reports that the man has stolen fruit again from the garden. As in holiday resorts, picking fruit is off limits. This shows his immaturity while his wife seems much more polished than he is. She has married beneath her social standard, obviously, which cannot be without a reason. So we see that the young man steals the fruit from the garden. Obviously, if he belonged to a higher class, he would be more polished and more self controlled. So there is a great bridge between them. They are actually two people from very two different worlds and they are unable to cope with each other. The man goes into the cottage and asks his wife to join him for breakfast. There is a tension between them. They are trying to be polite and normal, but there is something off, which indicates they are not very happy in this relationship. Searching for the garden. The conflict and the interest in the story starts after some time when the couple have gone through their breakfast. The search, the quest begins. The girl has been living in this area for quite some time, but she asks her husband not to mention her to anyone. She keeps her identity hidden. It is strange. Whenever you go to a place where you have been before, you try to find the people you are acquainted with. You try to see the places you have been to. But still, this is not the case here because the girl asks her husband not to tell anyone about her. Her husband wants to go for a walk with her to improve their relationship, but she refuses to go, saying he should go alone. She has some work to do. He leaves in great frustration. It seems like he is suspicious about his wife's character, and this makes him jealous. He has already been talking to her that how many people she knew there and if there were some men in them as well, and she simply did not reply properly to him. And now when he goes, he is thinking that what actually is her intention when he is gone. However, as soon as he leaves, she takes her parasol and hurries out to an unknown destination, which indicates the lack of trust between the couple. When the man leaves, the woman takes her umbrella, her sunshade. She goes out in umbrella not because it is some problem in the weather, but only to hide her face. It again makes the complete situation quite suspicious that why doesn't she not want anyone to see her face during her walk in the village. It also indicates that they do not trust each other because she could say to him that she wants to go to some places alone, but she did not. The girl takes a side road as she goes on the familiar paths after a long time. She knows the countryside very well. Finding the garden. As the name indicates, the girl actually wants to go to a garden. And finally, after going through the winding roads of the village, she finds the garden. Now, what is there we need to see in the next slide. The rose garden inside the Eden. The girl reaches a garden and gets inside as the door is open. It looks like a public place. Her confidence shows she has been here many times. A gardener greets her saying that the garden is closed today. She asks him to let her stay for some time and he agrees. The garden is in front of an empty house. There is no sign of life in that house. They discuss that now rectory is shifted to another place, so the old rectory is empty. The girl seems to be in a grip of many emotions. This house has been very important to her in her past life. So, what happens there? We see that the girl has found a garden. She has reached the rector's old place, but that place is empty. We see that windows are all dark and there are no curtains on them. The house looks very desolate and no one lives there. So, what is next she is going to do? The shadow from the past. Up till then, the girl was alone in the garden, but suddenly someone appears, someone who is a shadow from her past. Suddenly, the girl sees a man advancing in her direction. She is paralyzed with fear. The girl knows this man. He looks like ex military. He is in his 30s and well dressed. However, his expression is as empty as the windows of the house behind him. The man sits down beside her on the bench and makes an effort at small talk. He doesn't recognize her. It seems he is not mentally stable. Shell shock, PTSD, memory loss, something is wrong with his sensibility. The girl doesn't reply and remains rooted at her place in shock, fear, and despair. The man leaves and she stumbles back home. The encounter in the rose garden is very significant. The man the girl sees has been in her life on a very important station, and now he doesn't recognize her. He went to war. When he came back, maybe he lost his memory, maybe it was shell shock, maybe it was another psychological disease that the soldiers face, but the result is that he is unable to recognize the girl at all. Back at the cottage, the girl comes back from the garden. She is in extremely agitated condition and she is actually now wanting only one thing, to be alone with herself. The revelation, what is this all about? Here we see a discovery. The girl is back. She wants to be alone for some time. She is in a very nervous state. Her husband wants to ask her why she is so agitated. Her lack of response makes him extremely angry. They come face to face finally to resolve the tension between them. The man asks her where she was all day. The girl tells him about her past. She was a companion to a lady in this area. Her house was near the rectory. Son of the rector fell in love with her. Then the war started and he had to go for fighting. He was missing, believed killed. She waited for him for some time, then left the town. Even after marriage, she could not forget her first love. She had come here to find some closure. And now she saw him and he couldn't recognize her. Her husband is angry and jealous in the start, but when he comes to know what happened that day, he is silent. His anger vanishes. They face each other silently and the story ends. As you can see that the story again, like a typical modern story, like Hemingway's The Killers, has no resolution. It has no proper ending. It doesn't shut out anything. It only shows two people who did not understand each other at all. Now they are facing each other. They are not happy, but the tension between them has considerably lessened, which is a good sign. It was a tragedy that the girl was not recognized by her ex, but now we can say that both of them may resolve their issues and go on with life, because at least they know what is happening with each other in their private lives, in their pasts, in their psyche. Theme: Shadow in the Rose Garden. Theme of the story is the idea that life is not a rose garden. One has to deal with imperfections and flaws in the fabric of life as it goes on. Nothing is perfect, nothing fits in. The beauty of nature does not help the flawed human relationships. No one can part with their past and cut the ties completely. The past is always present and messes that up continuously. Garden of Eden is nowhere to be found. And the snake, the enemy, is forever in our lives in form of our unconscious mind that keeps us from having ultimate bliss and happiness. Important questions from examination point of view. Number 1, describe in your own words the incident in the rose garden. So what happens between the girl and Archie in the rose garden? You have to describe that. How was the tension or conflict between Frank and his wife resolved? This question asks you actually about the summary or description of the story, that what happens in the story till the end. What were the causes of conflict between the couple? What was the reasons because of which the couple was suffering because of misunderstanding? Again, this also tells about the story and what happens in the discovery portion. What is the theme of the story? As we have discussed, you will take it up it as that life is not a rose garden, and how there are imperfections and flaws in our lives that can never be resolved. We can only learn to live with them. Thanks for watching. Best wishes.